Hey there guys, welcome to Blood Bowl 2, a tutorial learning coaching thing. It's Nurgle, because now I'm pretty much, aside from doing an occasional Blood Bowl 2 video, I do the, no that's not right, I do the, I do the tutorial coaching style videos for Blood Bowl 2 and that's about it. But yeah, we got Nurgle today, who I am not that familiar with, but I've played them before. They're not really my style. And you guys will probably figure out why later. So the first thing you need to know about Nurgle. Let's go through the players. The players. You got the Beast of Nurgle, their big guy, really good, really strong big guy. Aside from, of course, the really stupid. You have the Nagas Warriors, really good, and along with the Tentacles, obviously these guys have strength 4, agility 2. As the bashy part of the team, and then you got the Tentacles, who are pretty much needed for their ball carrying, ball handling abilities and maneuvering abilities, I guess. Their ability to move more than 5. And then you have the Otters, who are pretty much the same as zombies, except for even worse. Low movement, average strength, agility, and armor value, and let's just go to them very quickly to see this. Decay. When this player suffers a casualty result on the injury table, roll twice on the casualty table and apply both results. So when they get injured, they take 2 injuries, and they take both of them, basically. An interesting Nurgle mechanic is when this player kills an opponent during a block, blitz, or foul action, the infected opponent becomes a new rookie rotter. The opponent's strength cannot exceed 4, and he cannot have decay, regeneration, or stunty skills. So if you just kill a regular, like, line rat, then you with any of your players, because they all have Nurgle's Rot, then you get a new rotter, which means you don't have to be replacing them quite as much. Like, you do tend to refill your ranks, because Nurgle's a pretty bashy team. Now, before we get on to exactly what you should be doing with what... Okay. I thought I bought something there. Before we get into, how, like, who you should buy and, like, team makeup, the important thing about a Nurgle team is that they are very disruptive. Like, they are disruptive, interestingly enough, to both strength bashy teams and to agility elfy teams, and you'll see why in a moment. So obviously we've got Loner, and he's got really stupid, which is the same as a troll. This is the Beast of Nurgle guy, the big guy in the Nurgle team, and this is one of the times where I'd say that the Beast of Nurgle, the big guy in a team, is almost completely required. So, yeah, after clearing action, roll a d6, add 2 if there's any adjacent teammates. So if you keep a rotter with this guy, then he only needs to roll a 1+, which isn't too bad. It's not as good as the Ogre on the human team, but it's better than most of the others, for the most part. Because you can usually, the rotters aren't that important. You can usually spare one. And this big guy is pretty important, as we will see. Disturbing Presence. Any player must subtract 1 from the d6 when they pass, intercept, or catch. So, elf-like teams, anything like that, that's going to make it harder for them to pass. Quite a lot harder for them to pass, actually. If it's just a regular throw, then they need the +3/+3, Disturbing Presence works even when the player is prone or stunned. So as long as this player is on the pitch, this disturbing presence continues to work. Regeneration, obviously very good. If they suffer a casualty, you can re-roll it. Foul appearance. The player's appearance is so horrible that any opposing player that wants to block him or use a special attack that takes the place of a block must first roll a d6 and score 2 or more. So every time any of your players, and let's just so you can see foul appearance there. It's not on these guys, but it's on the Nurgle Warriors and the Beast of Nurgle. Anytime they try and attack those players, it basically means that if they roll a 1 before they do the block, they can't attack. And the number of times as a Skaven I've used my Rat Ogre to blitz someone with foul appearance, and then it's failed. You're like, wasted my blitz on a bloody Rat Ogre again. Mighty Blow, obviously good, and here we go, the Tentacles. The player uses this skill when an opposing player attempts to dodge or leap out of any of his tackle zones. The opposing player rolls 2d6, adding their own player's strength and subtracting the Tentacles player's strength from the score. If the final result is 5 or less, the moving player is held firm and its action ends immediately. So yeah, there you go. Like, that's pretty darn good. You have the foul appearance to stop people hitting him. You have the disturbing presence, which will stop all players trying to pick up the ball. Pass, intercept, or catch. I thought it was picking up as well, but it's not. But it does mean that the passing and intercepting and catching is not that great. And then you have the tentacles, so you can put this guy in a cage, and quite often they won't be able to dodge out and dodge away. Very, very useful. This is one of the reasons, because Chaos is such a disruptive team, because Nurgle is such a disruptive team, it's so useful to have this big guy in starting off. So anyway, let's go on to the Nurgle Warriors. They have regeneration, very useful. Nurgle's Rot, we've been through both of those. Foul appearance and disturbing presence as well. So again, these guys, they're there to kind of get in the way and also to do damage. So they're bashy. They're very aggressive. They're very disruptive. You're going to start pissing off all of your elf friends with the disturbing presence and with the Beast of Nurgle. Is it called the Beast? Yeah, Beast of Nurgle. Obviously, strength 4, agility 2, high armor value, low movement. Player is specialized in block actions. Oh, it actually tells you. So yeah, most robust blob player. He's a hard hitter, controls the center of the pitch. Always has a weakness, which makes him unreliable. So yeah, and then specializes in block actions. So you can see you don't start with any block. You don't start with any extra skills. You've just got some of the mutations, and you got Mighty Blow in there as well. But it does mean that getting the Nurgle Warriors out early is not a terrible idea. And I'll go through a few possible starting rosters, but honestly, the Nurgle roster, most people, if you're playing just to win, or if you're playing Nurgle because you play Nurgle kind of thing, like, it's pretty cut and dried. Anyway, you have the Pestigors, no block, but they have horns, they have Nurgle's Rot, they have regeneration. So all of the Nurgle players, except for the Rotters, have regeneration, which is pretty good. It just means your Rotters are going to take some really hard hits. So yeah, movement allowance 6, strength 3, agility 3, armor value 3. These Pestigors are most likely going to be your ball carriers, your ball handlers, and we'll get back to that momentarily. And then you got the Rotters. We've been through them. Movement allowance 5, strength 3, agility 3, armor value 3. Armor value is still not terrible. In fact, even on the Rotters and Pestigors, like they've got more armor than the Beastmen in the Chaos team. I seem to believe. I think they have 7 possibly, but not 100% sure. So anyway, the first lineup that I will suggest is this. Just for the records. Yeah, just for the record, so you know, this team is really expensive. So it's going to be hard to get the things you want. You know, an extra player, for example, probably not. So you can see here, you've got Chaos Warrior, Chaos Warrior, Chaos Warrior, whole load of Otters, a Pestigore, and a Beast of Nurgle. And this is the pretty much standard, I'd say. If you're looking for the standard Nurgle team, the standard experience, yes, you only have one Pestigore, and he's going to be, you know, targeted mercilessly. But you have 2 rerolls, not amazing, but the Beast of Nurgle is such an integral part of the team that quite often I'd say, yeah, that's pretty much what you should be going for. Okay, so we'll have to go back and just make another team very quickly. I shouldn't have done. I just wanted you guys to see like the players. Yep. There we go. Okay, nope. Confirm purchases. Done. Okay, so the other roster I'd say that would be. So basically, with that roster, what you're doing is you're getting your Nagas Warriors out, and I'd say almost entirely, it's worth getting your crap. I'd say almost all the time, it's worth getting your Nagas Warriors out first, just so you can start getting them skills. Block, you know, is a great start. The Nagas Warriors, while the Beast of Nurgle controls the center of the pitch, the Nagas Warriors are pretty much integral to your team. You know, they're kind of the important ones, with the foul appearance, with the disturbing presence, and with their kind of strength 4. Like you're going to be positioning them, and you don't want them moving about too much. You want to keep them in the important positions on the pitch, while you move your Pestigore around, and your Beast of Nurgle just basically sits in the middle, tentacling people. So the other one is... Did I get 3 rerolls? I did, okay. So the other one is a 3 reroll, and it's pretty much exactly the same. You basically swap out a reroll for the Beast of Nurgle. There you go. Very, very, very simple there. You just basically go like, I'd love the Beast of Nurgle, but I prefer the reroll. And 3 rerolls is nice because the Beast of Nurgle doesn't get more expensive, whereas the rerolls do double in expensiveness. So there is that. And yeah, basically, as you can see here, I believe... You know what? Honestly, I'd say that might be better. The only thing about this is if you picture just picture for a second the Blood Bowl 2 pitch, and you've got the line of scrimmage right in the middle. What you can do is you can have a Nagas Warrior on the left, in the center, and on the right. Maybe it'd be better to... Okay. So, we'll just do that very quickly. And... So these guys, I want to game with those guys. Okay. Play in a league? Sure. Join, solo, yeah, create. Okay, start match. Okay, so... Sure. So, we'll just go in very quickly, and I'll see if I can kind of highlight this for you guys. Because I think this may actually... It may not be the best, because you'd like to start with all of your Nagas Warriors, but I'm very much a reroll guy. I don't like relying on chance. I prefer to have backups. Even if I do occasionally roll triple ones or, you know, whatever. So we will kick the ball defense. Okay, so because Nurgle is disruptive, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so my thoughts here is you got to think about being disruptive. So imagine we're playing an elf team here. So what you would do is you'd have one of these guys like this. So you can see the disturbing presence on the pitch. Then we'll have him there, and him there. So think about this as a disruptive team, and let me just kind of put my argument forth. Okay, so like, yeah, 4 Nagas Warriors makes sense because you can really like spread that out, all that kind of thing. But in terms of like facing off against an elf team, like, yeah, okay, so you don't have these corners here set, but you do have this Nagas Warrior here in defense at the back. Like, say the Wood Elves are attacking us here. That gives you a little bit more options. You have the Beast of Nurgle in the middle, who can either go on the line of scrimmage or a little bit back if you want to kind of move him about a bit. He's got 4 movement. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Like, there is worse. There are mummies for a start. And yeah, I think that, while it's not perfect, I think if you want to go for the 3 rerolls, then that will actually be fairly decent. That will actually work pretty well. And obviously you can change it up a little bit, and, you know, when you go on the offensive, you can have this guy up further forward and this guy further back, and, you know, you can be a lot more aggressive. But defensively, I think it makes, and, you know, for dealing with even elves, I think this makes a good deal of sense, because it means you keep that Beast of Nurgle, and he can also, you know, hopefully get kills and level up and everything. You know, obviously you've got to put up with dumb luck and chance and stuff as well. But I would say that this is better than the 4 Nurgle Warriors. Obviously, okay, that's yeah, concede. Oh no. There we go. Obviously you got a 4. Yay. Okay. So obviously, of course, you can take the Beast of Nurgle out and have 4 Nagas Warriors, and obviously you want to level up the Nagas Warriors as quickly as possible. But I'd say that's almost preferable. Maybe it's just my playstyle, and obviously you can play around with it yourselves and all that kind of thing. But it uses up all your money, gives you 3 rerolls, it gives you a pretty bashy team. But it just gives you that extra reroll that lets you maybe pick up the ball and win a game, or, you know, whatever. So I don't know. Like, I can't really think of many other ways to go except for maybe trying to get more Pestigors. But the Pestigors are a lot cheaper than the other guys, and you want to get these guys out early so that you can start getting them skills if you're lucky or good. I tend to rely on luck in that instance because I'm not very good at the game. Another reason I go for rerolls, because, you know, a little extra luck never hurt anyone. Anyway, guys, that is the Nurgle team. Obviously, tactically, you try and mess with your opponent. You bash when you can, but the more important thing is just to screw them over, stop them getting the ball, get that disturbing presence in the way. Get the tentacles around people, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like, it's all good, basically. And for people who are a little bit trolly and a little bit arseholey, you know, Skaven Aura is fun, but if you want to go bashy, Nurgle does not hurt. So there you go, guys. You know, keep in mind, because I get a lot of comments on my older kind of coaching videos where people are like, "Oh, actually, you're wrong," and it's like, well, these are opinions, these are like guidelines, these are for people getting started. Like, if you want to be that dude who's been playing a game for 10 years, or however long you've been playing it, and then you jump in and you're like, this is the only real way to play. There's no real way to play Blood Bowl 2, guys. As long as the person playing is having fun, all I want to do is give people some idea of how to start off at best. So the tactics and everything, like, yeah, they may not be perfect, they may not be exactly optimal to get as many wins as possible, but I don't play optimal Blood Bowl, and I don't like playing optimal Blood Bowl. All I want to do with these videos, and all I've been trying to do with these videos, is show people the possibilities, the kind of avenues they can take, and just get them started in on a new team. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It always helps me out a lot. Of course, in the description, there'll be stuff like Patreon and all those links and everything if you want to go and support me and all that. But regardless of anything else, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.